Did you know that Benjamin Franklin was on the largest banknote not only because he signed the Declaration of Independence of the United States, but primarily because of his books on wealth and success? Do you dream of millions of dollars in income that come to you without much effort? So it is today that your dreams are destined to come true. After all, this video contains all the financial secrets and money tricks described by Benjamin Franklin. Be careful, because his advice has made billionaires like Warren Buffett and Richard Branson rich, as they have repeatedly said in their interviews. Perhaps you will be the next one, so watch the video until the very end. More than 250 years ago, Benjamin Franklin combined several proverbs about wealth and success from his annual edition of Poor Richard's Almanac, which he wrote for 25 years under the pseudonym Richard Saunders. The resulting essay was published as a preface to the Calmanac of 1758, and then was called The Path to Wealth and was republished in more than 100 languages. Now people will cope with poverty, not allowing it to multiply, Franklin described what he wrote. Next, you will find out what tips for achieving wealth Benjamin Franklin wrote and why they are relevant to this day. Don't forget to like this video, just because it's not difficult for you to do it, and it will be very pleasant for me. If a person does not know how to keep what he has earned, then he can work all his life without rest and die without even saving a 4-pence coin. A rich table leaves a meager will. If you want to be rich, then think about saving, as well as about getting. While rich people are focused on earning, as a rule, they have at least 3 sources of income. Wealth is also determined by savings and investments. As Ramid Sith writes in his bestseller I Will Teach You to Be Rich, on average millionaires invest 20% of their family's income annually. Their wealth is measured not by the amount they earn each year, but by savings and investments over a certain period. So if you want to get rich, you have to pay yourself first and start doing it as early as possible. Because when you invest, money starts working for you. Taxes are really very high, but we have many other taxes, much heavier for some of us. We pay twice as much tax for our idleness, 3 times more for our pride and 4 times more for our stupidity. Financial management has much more to do with psychology and way of thinking than you think. The rich don't think like the middle class. For example, they are not afraid of uncertainty, are focused on earning, do not regret the past and see money as a friend, according to the millionaire Steve Siebold, who independently made his fortune. The path to wealth begins with changing the way you think about making money. Let's be clear once and for all, anyone can become rich. If you want to stand out from the crowd, start with your mentality. Stop being lazy, become me proud and smarter. Get rid of what costs more than the money that goes to the tax service. Laziness makes every task difficult, and diligence easy. And the one who gets up late, runs all day and only by night barely finishes his business, and laziness trudges so slowly that poverty will soon catch up with her. Those who go to bed early and get up early are always healthy, rich, and smart. Rich and successful people spend more time at work, and they like it. After studying the lives of 177 millionaires for 5 years, Thomas Corley found that 86% of the rich work an average of 50 hours a week, or even more. And only 6% of respondents feel unhappy because of the amount of work. Most rich people use the extra time before sunrise. About 50% of the millionaires in Corley's study who earned their money with their own labor woke up 3 hours before the start of the working day. Diligence is the mother of luck. If you want to be rich, you need luck, writes Franklin. The good news is that everyone can succeed on their own, and that's exactly what rich people do. In order for luck to come into your life, get used to perseverance, especially in the face of difficulties and failures. Persistence makes you unstoppable, writes Benjamin. It is this quality that allows you to find out what does not work, and constantly experiment until you find something that will work as it should. Perseverance, the biggest contribution to the formation of your own luck. Those who continue to persevere become lucky. You probably think that a little tea or punch from time to time, more expensive food, more beautiful dresses and a little entertainment do not matter much to your wallet. But remember, a little saving creates a lot of capital. Beware of small expenses. A small leak can sink a large ship. Purchases that seem insignificant at first glance tend to add up. Modern society was created to help us get rid of the future, writes financial consultant David Bach in his book Smart Couples Become Rich. There's no getting away from it, the money is easy to spend, and it is especially easy to let them down on trifles. The problem is that these small expenses add up, and before you notice it, you owe yourself millions. He recommends writing down all expenses for at least a week to determine where you can cut them. Then redirect the money saved on these unnecessary daily expenses to a savings or investment account, so that over time they turn into a round sum. The reason this simple concept is so important is as follows. If you force yourself to believe that you can find an extra 100 rubles a day to put them into a savings account, you can take advantage of a concept called the miracle of compound interest, explains Bach. Future millionaires, write in the comments what amount of money you would like to earn every day. Don't forget that the best comments will definitely be in the next video. Wanting to get rich doesn't make you rich. It's just a power that needs to be used to achieve wealth. The truths described by Benjamin Franklin today form the ideal formula for achieving wealth. Yes, it takes effort, but if you really want to own millions, then your desire is the main source of strength that will help you cope with all difficulties. Speaking of difficulties, the world is preparing for the next financial crisis, which Robert Kiyosaki predicts. To save your wallet from lack of money, be sure to watch the last video on my channel. It will appear on your screen in a second. There were millionaires' notes with you, don't switch.